Hey, good morning. It's Anissa and Kathy up here in Whistler.
Hi, we're at Crank Espresso Bar.
Yeah. It's one of the very few cafes up in Whistler. I don't know if you can see the mountains that you actually have a view other than Black's Pub. That's the only two places I can really go order coffee and get a view of the mountain. Right, like in the village. Oh, Starbucks and Creekside, you get a little bit of a village, a little bit of a mountain view, but not very much. So this morning we're here to do a tutorial with Kathy for her podcast. She's just loading up Anchor FM where she's been recording, so she uses her phone to do her interviews. And she's actually interviewed, who are the owners here?
So it's Trevor Hopkins and Carmen Marcano.
Mm-hmm. And what did you interview them for?
So we run a site called epiclifestyles.ca, and I also run another website for real estate called lifestylelocator.ca. So the questions that we ask them are pretty straight ahead, 8 questions, and then we tape it, and then we are now going to learn how to edit the Anchor FM.
Yeah, Anchor's great because it'll let you drop things in the front, in the back. It lets you put your podcast up in different pieces, which was really kind of cool. And they now actually have an option that you can monetize it as well. And you've got to take time to fill out all your banking information and stuff like that. So it does take time and patience. And then you've got to build some following on your podcast. And so some fun ways to do that is have a mailing list, and every time you have a new event online, then you can send people there. I'm going to do something kind of fun for YouTube and Anchor, which is, I plug the phone in here too. 1 second. Gotta have power. We don't want to fade. I'm actually going to give my mom. So this is here's a super tip. If you've got a mom in a care home, give her a card with your YouTube address on it and ask all of her friends to subscribe. So number 1, it's better than Grandma's brag book. Number 2, you never know who the people in her home know. So my mom just sent me an email and said, hey, so-and-so's daughter is on so-and-so and she does a podcast and she's on TV and she's an actress. What's the address for your podcast? So I'm like, okay, let's just make this official, because she's seeing new people all the time. They all sit and have coffee together. She's in an independent living situation, but then also I can do that for my dad, who's not in an independent, he's in a very dependent situation, but all of his nurses and stuff and caregivers are so freaking amazing and on their game and really fun. So there's a whole new network for you that it helps your parents stay connected as well. What are you doing with your podcast? Like you're focusing on different places around Whistler, different communities of Whistler, and why you might want to live in each one. So what's your first one going to be?
So my first one is actually Crank Espresso Bar, and also just highlighting, as you said, why we live here in Whistler is meeting and interviewing companies and people that are really cool.
So I ran into one of our clients at the gym, and she plays here, and I was like, oh yeah, we go there on Monday nights. So that was really fun, because here at Crank, you'll see they have a guitar in the background, not just for looks, because they actually have a liquor license, and they can they play music over there in the corner, and then they also are delivering groceries, aren't they, or something?
Yeah, they're Whistler Grocery and Delivery Company. It's great.
Yeah, that's going to be
fun.
fun.
And I'm co-marketing with them in a fun way to deliver groceries to people in the community with my Lifestyle Locator brand.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so I'm going to post, I just realized I might have been covering up our speaker a bit. I don't know if anybody could hear anything we just said. Hopefully. Okay, so we're going to go to the Anchor dashboard. Let's see if we do this. If it works. Okay, I'm going to go to the Anchor dashboard. Lifestyle Locator.
Yeah.
And what is your challenge?
Click on episodes, and I want to go into view episode details. Mm-hmm. I'd like to edit a little bit of the conversation that I had with Trevor and Carmen here at Crank Espresso Bar.
Okay, so number 1 lesson that we already learned was have a backup. Before you edit anything or upload to Anchor, make sure, or YouTube, if you haven't, like I'm recording this directly to YouTube, but it's a challenge sometimes because we have so much data storage, it gets crazy. But if it's something you're original, just like you would do with an original piece of art or anything, you're going to keep a copy of it before you edit it. So Kathy, do you have this stored somewhere else?
I do.
Yeah? So it's on your hard drive somewhere?
I can download it there.
I would do that.
Okay, so I'm going to download the audio file.
Because then you're never messing around with your original.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. And then, for example, I have about, 30 on this computer here on my ThinkPad. Kathy and I think alike. We both have ThinkPads. And so I'm actually getting, I have a hard drive that all of that data is going to just be for podcasts. So I think I've got one that's got a terabyte of memory on it that I bought from a local ski guy because it wasn't big enough for his videos that he was doing on his thing. And so I'll use that to back up all of podcasts for the ladies meeting, roundtable, and for Epic Lifestyles as well. So then it's all in one place. It's easy to get back to instead of, I know I have all these family photos all in like 5 different hard drives, all in one box, but still, like at some point, I'm so worried about that data getting corrupt. But on the other hand, maybe I should make a movie. I don't know. We're into grandchildren storage, so.
That's what I do. I keep a separate terabyte backup for work, personal, and now for social media.
Smart. Oh, by the way, I stole your Blackcomb picture and used it. I gave you credit, though. Always give people credit if they take photos that you use. I used it for the event we're doing on Sunday. The starfish thing. What do you call that? The starfish mountain. Black tusk.
Oh, it does look like a starfish. That's correct.
Okay, so when you back these up, make sure you also label them. Especially if you're using Zoom, you'll find... Okay, well, Kathy's going to back this up later. Don't want you to lose another... So always, if you're recording in Zoom or anything else, just make sure you go, and it naturally has a date on it, but if you end up doing a couple different podcasts, I find it really helpful to put, so for example, the ladies meeting roundtable, we have 7 so far, but they're all on one topic. So I put the topic and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and saved them, and then uploaded them as fast as I could just so that they're copied. They're not just on my laptop.
That's a really good one.
So while Kathy's doing this, if you are a member of the ladies meeting, there's actually a full hour masterclass that we've done on podcasting with Michelle Abrams and her brother, can't think of his name right now. Anyway, they are Amplify You is their company name. It's a brother-sister team who will take your podcast and get it up onto iTunes and Spotify and all the other places it needs to be. They'll help you keyword it and everything like that. But just their 1 hour masterclass that we did last month is absolutely amazing. It gives you some just good tips to get started, and then they actually have a special offer for the ladies meeting as well. So if you're a member, you'll see that it is available for you in your toolbox.
So how would I save that here?
Is it not already saved if it's downloaded? Yeah, because it's on your hard drive now, right?
It should be.
So now you should be able to...
So I'm just going to downsize that, and then I'm just going to go back to my music. I think that's where it came into.
Looks like it. There you go, music.
Music. Downloads.
To go by date. Oh, this music is priceless. There you go. Oh, it was there.
This one here.
Yeah, it's the 19th.
Okay.
So you got it twice, so you're good.
So
Rename.
rename, and then say create. Oh,
Let's come back to that later. We know it's there by
Okay.
date.
rename.
Yeah. Just hit return.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. It's saved.
Okay. So I just save it?
I would also create a folder system, but let's do that later.
Okay.
I'm all about the folder system.
Should I open this one or go
Nope. You're gonna go back to Anchor now because now you've got a backup.
Okay.
All right. So now you can go edit audio. To the right, the big purple button. If anyone can't see it, there you go. Anchor Builder, got it. So now you can go to the 3 dots to the right there. Yeah, there we go. You can split it into multiple segments. You can add breakpoints to split your video. This will turn into multiple segments. So if you drag this over, for example, and you want to, we just won't hit save split. It'll let you split that, but remember what happened last time. I think this is where you ended up losing it. Is wherever you split, you're going to lose some of it.
Okay.
So what you want to do is hit play first. Go back, hit play, and now you might want to take it if you. We're not actually listening to it right now because she's going to do this later. But you're going to watch the numbers here and take notes as to where you want to split. So now so say you want to split it to here and cut something off, but then you can add another segment. Well, now you've got one that you can just upload again and use the other half of the segment.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're cutting, so say you want to cut it here.
Right.
And you're going to cut little pieces. Well, you can cut into pieces, but it's not a very complicated splitting tool. Not like you would get with an Adobe product or anything. But it'll let you trim and things like that. So it's just a matter of
listening to until the point that you want to split it.
Yeah. So let's just hit split. There you go. Split here.
Okay.
Save. Split.
No. Oh, so I guess I have to.
Oh, you have to click on here first. There you go. So you can choose to do that.
Okay.
Now I'm just curious. I'm not sure if this has options. It wasn't there before, but it's always
preview.
Oh, there you go. So now preview. That's a new button. That wasn't there before. I love it. These guys just got bought out, so they're starting to grow and do some really cool things. Okay, so it lets you remove part, and there's your preview.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna guess you can just click off. Okay, do you want to change it?
So what I want to do.
So I just hit pause.
Oh, hit pause. Okay.
There you go. So now you can choose whether to split there.
Right.
And now, hold on. It looks like now you can drag this over here.
Okay.
So you've made a split. Is it gonna let you?
Yeah. So I can split it again here.
Yeah. This is a new feature. This is very cool. Again, you can preview where you're gonna split it.
Oh.
And see, now you're not worried about screwing up because you've got a backup.
Right. So I click on split here.
Yep.
And then I drag it to where I want to split.
So here you got to really. This one's a little bit weird. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Or I just push play. And then I click here.
Yeah.
And I
split
can
here.
split
now
here.
hit save and split.
Ah!
Now you see how it's done? It's split all these pieces up here. Now you can delete. These will all flow into each other.
Right.
But whatever you split, you can now trim out if you want.
Okay.
Right?
Right. So I hit these 3 buttons over here.
Yeah.
Remove from episode.
Yeah. Or for example, here's another good opportunity where, for example, Anita had a great little quote that she did in our mastermind group, and I could take it and cut it out and save it as a separate audio piece as well.
Right.
Which is really fun.
Yeah.
Plus, you can go in here and you can edit the name of it, and so you can start to take notes. You could spend hours on this, which is great. So the more detail you have, the better.
Right. I could put a transition in here.
Yep. It's got some fun little play with.
And you click and drag it, which I kind of like the click and drag.
Yeah, so you can do little transitions. So you could put an advertisement in the middle for maybe the latest house or something that you're selling.
So down at the bottom here, I think they have in the library, or that's my library messages.
Yeah, and you can create your own library ad, and then you can just pop it in. So you can have your intro and your extra saved, and then just at the beginning and end of each one, you can pop it in. So then you've got consistency, people know who you are, saves you time explaining yourself over and over again. It's great. So what have you got there?
And then if you preview the episode, then you can So it goes through the parts. It will play each section.
Yep.
And then after you've previewed the whole
You
thing,
gotta scroll to the top, I think it is.
oh,
This part here.
right up here.
There you go, and you
Then
can save your
the episode.
Yeah, or you could not.
Yeah.
So you could go back to episodes, and it shouldn't. Yes, I want to lose
Discard unsaved changes. Yeah.
So now you're back to scratch.
Yeah, thank God. Thanks, Anissa.
You're welcome, Kathy. Good luck with that. What's your next? Hold on. Here we go. So what's your next interview going to be?
My next interview, I think, is going to be one of the staff members at Whistler Blackcomb Bike Park, as we get ready to launch the bike park season in Whistler on the May long weekend 2019.
And I just got a new bike to go try out. That'll be awesome.
Very exciting.
I'll just be over the Lost Lake trails though, but still, it'll
It's
be
a
fun.
good start.
Yeah.
We'll share more.
Okay. Take care. Bye from Whistler.